We won. Thank goodness my strategy played out how I hoped.
Your strategy? You mean my skills? Did you see how many enemies I cut down?
You still don't trust my tactical sense? I thought I had earned your approval.
Pull your weight in a fight and you'll always have my approval. But you gotta admit, knights are far more important than tacticians.
You still don't understand that there's more to war than just swordsmanship. Let's hold a short symposium on the art of battle. You may learn something.
Art? Knights don't need art. They just need to train and become strong.
It's a pity you feel that way. To think you'd be a splendid knight otherwise. You may not need tactics to charge in head first, but there are other ways. Let's say, for example, the enemy has 10 times your forces. Even with strong knights, could you win?
Well, victory in that case would be difficult.
But with a keen strategy, sneak attacks, pincers, diversions, see what I mean? You have to admit, strategy and tactics are just as important as any weapon.
Even so, coming up with strategy is a tactician's job, not a knight's.
Not true. A tactician can only plan for the future, not foresee it perfectly. The tide of battle shifts constantly. The front line must know how to adapt. Knights must have good judgment and adapt on the fly, otherwise the plan fails.
In other words, knights can't always just do what the tacticians say?
Precisely. Tacticians paint the broad strokes, knights fill in the details. So if a knight is strong enough to fight, and smart enough to employ strategy...
I know where you're going with this.
If you can protect your friends with your brains as well as your brawn, your skill as a knight will be peerless.
I like the sound of that. That's what I'll become.
That's the spirit. I'm sure you can do it.
In that case, would you mind teaching me strategy?
I wouldn't mind at all. I'll teach you everything I know. Let's start with what informs strategy. I have a list right here.
That is a really long list.
Somewhere out there, an enemy knight is actually putting in the time to study.
I can't let some enemy outclass me. All right, I'll do it. You must be a master tactician, huh? Do you know everything about strategy?
Hardly. Strategy is always changing, so I'm always studying.
Then let's study together. We'll each grow in our fields.
I'm sure you'll one day become not only a fine knight, but a fine king as well.
Huh? Become a fine what? And a what win?
You'll be great, Rowan. Now let's get started. Do you have a minute, Corin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own? Or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me what to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician. You're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corin.
Me too.
Do you have a minute, Corin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own? Or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me what to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician. You're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corin.
Me too.
Did you write these War Council briefs, Robin? I don't recognize the handwriting.
I did. I've just been trying to make my script a little more legible. Actually, I got the idea from you, Lord Xander. Your writing is so polished. What a difference it makes when you can actually read what you just wrote.
Indeed. It's heartening to see someone skilled like you seek self-improvement. My retainers, Perry and Laszlo, do not show the same drive.
Really? Maybe they just don't like to talk about it.
I don't know about that. If there's one thing Laszlo likes to do, it's talk. He's great at his work when he's not too busy flirting to do it.
I see. But what about Perry? I've heard stories of her bloodlust on the battlefield.
Oh, Perry has her quirks, one of which is not sitting still for more than a minute. She's irreplaceable in battle, but as for the less violent parts of the job...
You need Laszlo, despite his flirtatious tendencies. You know, charm's not the worst quality to have.
That's what I used to think as well. Until he started reporting for duty in tears, worked up over his latest rejection.
I don't envy you there, Lord Xander.
I just wish there was a way to curb his desire for female attention.
That is a challenging proposition. Let me think. Maybe what he really needs is a little more confidence. Couldn't you give him some kind of pep talk?
I'm not sure I feel comfortable getting so, personal with my retainers.
Quite right. My apologies. Wait, I've got it! What if all his interactions with women led him back to something work-related?
An interesting thought. But how could that be accomplished?
The next time Laszlo has his heart set on a young lady, you should hire her. That way, whenever he thinks about her, he will also think about work.
You have confidence in this plan?
I do. I have complete confidence.
Then perhaps I'll give it a go. You've been quite helpful today, Robin. You've given me hope that Laszlo might someday improve.
It's an honor to assist you, Lord Xander. I'd be happy to help whenever you need me.
Thank you. I'll be coming to you for more brilliant ideas soon enough.
I've been bested. You really trounced me there, Robin.
By the skin of my teeth. Honestly, I didn't think it would be so close.
I knew that 64th move was a mistake. I could have used a pincer attack from there.
A pincer then would have actually hastened my victory by 2 moves. It's a fairly standard technique we use on the battlefield in Elise.
You're saying you were anticipating that? I thought you'd never played this game before. Have I been duped?
No, but I've played very similar games where you use a board as a battlefield.
As have I, though clearly my experience was not as useful as yours. In Nor, we have a game called chess that's a lot like this. I'm the best in my family. I was sure I could beat you too. Although now that I've gotten the hang of it, care for a rematch?
We can play as many times as you like. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other. And beating you never gets old.
Line up your pieces. The first thing you'll learn is taking defeat with dignity. I think you're underestimating me, by the way. One battle doesn't win a war.
Oh, I don't believe you'll be a pushover. You kept me on the ropes for most of that last game. That famous Norian strategy confused me more than once. Let's just say I'd hate to meet you on a battlefield.
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm in your voice?
Not at all. I'm very interested in learning about your battle tactics and techniques.
Of course you are. That would give you quite an advantage in this game.
No, Leo. I'm talking about your literal battle tactics, like on the field. I'm sure if we combined our expertise, our strategic options would expand.
I see what you're saying now. I guess as a tactician, you're always looking for new ideas, aren't you?
So, will you teach me, Leo?
Of course, but only if you beat me in this next match, and I won't make it easy.
Interesting. You're on. Now that something's actually at stake, I have a feeling this game will get heated.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how long your confidence lasts. Are we ready now? Good. Why don't you take the first move, Robin? You're going to need all the help you can get.
Get ready, Leo. You're about to see a true tactician at work.
A gleamstone hidden within me. I still can't quite believe it.
I'd have trouble believing it myself if I hadn't been there.
Do you remember what the Temple Sage told us about the legend of this land?
That power resides in the gleamstones carried by heroes from other worlds.
Exactly. He mentioned heroes, and I'm no hero.
You really believe that? I thought you were a hero long before coming here.
You remember what happened back in Elise, right? If I was a true hero, there wouldn't be so much suffering in my own home. If only I could get stronger.
Regardless of what happened in the past, you've never been one to just sit back. You fight with all your strength for the protection of everyone, don't you? That's the Crom that the people, as well as the shepherds, rely upon.
And yet, Elise's problems remain. The people have been suffering since the last war, and I can't do a thing about it, except for worry and be a burden. It's so pathetic.
A burden? Pathetic? You're the only one who thinks that, Crom. If you see someone in need, you help them. Isn't that just your way? Just like when you found me. You had no reason to help me, and yet you did.
That is the only way I know how to live my life.
It's those unwavering ideals that motivate so many people to fight by your side. This is just my opinion, but being a hero doesn't mean you have to be perfect. A hero is someone who cares for the people around him, and who guides them.
So by that logic, without anyone around, a hero is just a normal person?
That's one interpretation. But still, you're always surrounded by friends.
Yeah, you're right. Because I can't do anything by myself.
That's what you're taking away from all of this?
Just look at how much I rely on you. Without your aid, who knows where I'd be?
Oh, come on. You're starting to embarrass me. It's the way you believe in your friends like this that makes you a hero to me. That's why I'm proud that you were chosen as a hero in this world.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero. And our first step is saving this land. You're coming with me, right, Robin?
Of course. The future you aim for will be the path I walk.
Nothing can stand in our way. Let's go!
We're in this together.
Step right up! Everything in the store is half price today and today only. Oh wow, if it isn't Robin. Take a look around. We've got quite a selection.
It's so busy in here. Are you sure I won't be distracting you?
Of course not. Any friend of mine is considered a VIP.
Let's have a look then. Oh, wow! You weren't kidding about that sale.
No, I wasn't. And there's an additional discount for regular customers.
Really? You're basically giving this stuff away. How can this be? This sword is so light. It almost feels like a toy.
Ah, Mistletoe. A legendary swordsman once used it to save an entire village.
Does that story fool anyone, Anna? Though it would be good for defense.
Give it a swing. It's got a lot of power. I'll even let you borrow it if you want.
Ha! No thanks. I think it's meant for someone a little more pretentious. But this spear is pretty interesting. Are those shells?
Right now you're holding the Summer of Bones, a legend in the southern lands. It flies completely straight when thrown, and is known to make its wielder sigh.
And that's a selling point? Huh. A throwing spear with shells. Weird.
Maybe, but one attack with a spear can incapacitate a tactician instantly.
A tactician? I'll just put this down then. Weapons from this world are impressive. I've seen some take out multiple enemies in one blow without taking any damage.
You don't have weapons in your world that can do that?
No, I'm used to a weapon breaking after you use it over and over again.
Yikes! Weapons from your world sound super inconvenient.
No, it just means you have to treat them with care, bond with them.
I bet if I took these weapons to your world, I'd make a killing.
What? How would you even get them there?
Leave the business plans to the experts, Robin. You got here, didn't you? All I have to do is figure that out, and then boom, I'll be swimming in cash.
But wearing down your enemy's weapons is a battle tactic.
So you're saying I might face some resistance on the other end? Huh. Well, once they see what these babies can do, they'll be lining up for one. As a thank you for giving me this idea, I guess I should give you a profit share.
Really? Oh, well, thank you, Anna. You really are quite the businesswoman.
Hey, there are no discounts for flattery, except on the mistletoe.
No offense, but you couldn't pay me to take that sword.
Good morning, Robin. Robin, wake up! I have to talk to you about something really important.
Next battle.
Well, not that important, I guess. It's about our powers.
Grown. No.
Robin, it's me, Tiki. Are you okay?
I must live alongside.
Oh, Robin, you're sweating like crazy, and you're so pale.
Why did this happen to me?
It's just a dream, Robin. It's just a dream. Wake up. Please wake up.
Huh? Tiki, what are you... What's going on?
Shh, shh. It was just a dream. Shh. You had me worried there for a second.
Oh, I must have overslept. Thanks for waking me up.
You were talking in your sleep just now. Something about Crom.
No matter how many times I have this dream, I can't recall details.
Really? That happens to me too. In my dreams, I turn into an uncontrollable monster that attacks all my friends. The next thing I know, I wake up to the sound of my voice screaming, "Don't!"
Those dreams sound awful.
They are. I barely ever sleep because I'm always afraid it'll happen again.
Me too. I've had this nightmare many times.
Hey, that's another thing we have in common. Actually, that's what I came here to talk to you about.
Oh? What else do you think we have in common?
Well, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've known you for a really long time. That maybe our powers are linked.
That's funny. I've had the same feeling about you. Like we're kind of the same, but also completely different.
Exactly. Whatever this force is that's binding us, it's pretty special.
It is. Hey, talking to you has made me forget all about that nightmare. I bet if we stick together, our nightmares don't stand a chance.
Yeah, Tell me the next time you want to take a nap. I'll keep those bad dreams away.
I'll do that. And of course, I'd be happy to return the favor.
I'm loving this plan.
I have a feeling we have a lot of good dreams in our future.
Me too, Robin.
Robin, are you okay after that fight? Let me take a look.
I'm fine thanks to you. You don't need to worry about me so much. Not all tacticians are helpless in battle. I've been in plenty of fights. I can take care of myself out there.
I'm sorry, you're right. Force of habit, I guess.
That's a pretty intense habit. You watched me like a hawk. Not a single enemy got anywhere near me. What makes you so intent on protecting me?
I'm just used to fighting that way. In my homeworld, I always kept the tactician close and safe. You triggered my natural instinct.
So you travel with a tactician in your homeworld too?
I do, and they're every bit as brilliant as you. Actually, you have a lot in common.
I'd like to meet this tactician someday if I can. I'd love to compare theories on war and tactics and devise new strategies.
I'd be glad to introduce you, but I must warn you, they can be a bit aloof. I'm not even sure they would carry on a conversation with you.
Oh, the strong but silent type. But you're on good terms, right?
Well, sort of. They're always very quiet, even on the battlefield. Not everyone needs to talk to issue orders.
I'm sorry, what? How does one order the troops without words?
Good question. I can somehow always tell. It's like there's an invisible arrow.
Are we talking about telepathy? This sounds like a very advanced tactician.
I couldn't tell you. What I do know is that they're still in training.
How strange, though they do sound very important to you.
So you understand why I get this sudden urge to protect you. You may not like it, but protecting you will make me feel better.
Something tells me you won't take no for an answer. But I can't just stand around and let others fight for me. I want to be just as good as your telepathic tactician.
I'm sure you can get there. But no matter how good you get, you'll still let me protect you, right?
Of course, Lynn. If it'll make you feel better, I'll rely on you from now on.
Just leave it to me, Robin.
Good day, Foggy Brain Robin.
Hello, Niles. I told you that I don't care for that nickname, didn't I? I know that amnesia is hard to believe. Even Frederick was skeptical at first.
Oh no, I believe you. No memories at all. Except for Lord Crob's name. Uh-huh.
Yes, that was strange. How did you know about that anyway?
Oh, I've done my research. You see, I've got a personal interest in whether or not amnesia is real. I suppose if you are telling the truth, I'm more than a little jealous.
Jealous? Of my memory loss? I don't understand.
What if the memories you lost were unpleasant? Imagine the worst thing possible. Now try to forget it. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do, but still, even if my past was shameful or difficult, and everyone hated me, I think I'd still want to know. Good or bad, it's part of who I am.
Interesting. I've plenty of experience spotting liars. And now I believe you. And that leaves me with the jealousy. I'd gladly lose all my memories. What I'd give to forget the slums. The filthy money, the lies, and the blood. When I take a walk down memory lane, it's like visiting a garbage dump.
Gods, I'm sorry to hear that. But don't those experiences help you appreciate what you've got now? Surely you've made some happy memories along the way.
Yes, there are a few. Such as the time I first met Lord Leo. I do treasure the time I've spent with him. After all, he gave me a place to live. And a reason to live. Still, those are the only ones I need. Trash the rest. I don't care.
Well, I think you've proved my point. You've had some good times too. I treasure the memories I've made since meeting Crom and the others. They took me in, much like Lord Leo took you in. So I try not to dwell on the past, and I remain grateful for the present.
Robin, you sound like a preacher trying to swindle me out of coin.
What?
But I like that about you. So, whether you're being sincere or not, I am sincerely glad to have met you.
Well, thank you, Niles. Despite the unfortunate nickname you've given me, I'm glad to have met you. I hope we can make new memories in this world. Ones we can both treasure.
Robin, you've fallen ill.
Well, that's news to me. I feel just fine.
Oh, you don't have to hide it from me. After all, I know everything about you.
Everything? Like what?
Well, this morning you slept in a whole 9 minutes and 26 seconds.
You keep track of the seconds?
Of course, you chewed each bite of breakfast 8 more times than usual. And you used a whole half bucket more of water to wash your face.
Why do you keep track of such trivial things? You really do know everything.
Last night, you tossed 8 times in your sleep and turned 6 times.
Well, that would explain... Wait, are you saying you didn't sleep last night?
Don't make this about me. We're talking about you and your health. But you can relax. I have just the thing to make you all better.
You're going to cast another curse on me, aren't you?
I already cast a hex to purify any evil spirits.
Of course you have. But when?
I'll also prepare a hex to help you sleep so you can wake up feeling refreshed.
With this many hexes, I'll have nothing to worry about.
But that's still not enough. We never know when someone else may curse you. I'll prepare numerous counter curses and be ready at a moment's notice.
Is there even anyone out there who wants to curse me? Aside from you, that is. Tharja, I appreciate your help, but isn't watching over me like this exhausting? I feel guilty knowing that you're going to such great lengths just for me.
I do this because I want to. You've nothing to feel guilty about.
But why is it you pamper me so much?
Because you're my fated one, of course.
Oh yeah, fated one. Right.
Why, I've been watching over you since I first laid eyes upon you.
As you never failed to mention, you know you're special to me too, right?
I am?
I've been watching you too, and I see how hard you've been working. You use your magic for the good of everyone, not just me.
So you found out about the hexes I cast on everyone.
You work harder than anyone else here, so take a break once in a while.
Well, maybe I'll tone it down. A little.
And in exchange, I'll watch over you. We can support each other from now on.
You are going to watch over me? Watching each other, day in, day out? You really are my fated one.